Welcome back. Well, if you're like most Arizonans, you can't stand the taste of your water. You're tired of buying expensive bottled water and struggling with stubborn, hard water deposits, but you don't know what to do.
So we've invited Derk Chamberlin, our resident water expert, to tell you more about the water we drink, cook, and bathe in and what we can do about it. Derk, it's so good to have you back, man.
Good to be back, guys. Thanks.
So what are some of the biggest misconceptions people have around water?
One of the biggest is that because it's clear, there's nothing in it. It's pure. It's good. But you know what? You can't see arsenic. You can't see lead. You can't see bacteria. They don't smell, so we don't think any of that stuff's in their water. And you know what? People say, gosh, my parents and grandparents drank this water all their lives. And you know what? They drank a lot different water than we did. They didn't have the chemicals from manufacturing, the fertilizer, the pesticides that's being found in our water today. So their water was a lot different.
Okay, water has changed, so that's what I'm getting from this. Also, you said arsenic, lead, bacteria. That raises a huge red flag for me. So that also makes me question what else could be in the water.
You know what? It's true. That stuff is in our water. But you know what, Heather? Everybody's water is different. But one thing we all have in common is we all have chlorine. Chlorine, if you get city water, there's chlorine in there. So even if you say your grandparents never saw any bad effects from water, really? Did any of them have asthma? Did they have high blood pressure? Did they have heart disease? Did they have cancer? Because exposure to chlorinated water has been linked to all of those. So they say that they didn't have it, but there might be something else there.
Right, and that's scary. I think people are in denial. And how come they're ignoring the fact that there's chlorine in the water? They don't want to think about it.
Well, I think most of them, Alex, don't really know. They've grown up with chlorine in the water because they've been doing it since 1904. So most of the people, but you know what? What's happened to the cancer rates and the heart disease rates and the high blood pressure rates, even though we're eating healthier, we're living healthier lifestyles, they've gone through the roof. It's because of the stuff that's in our water and everything else.
And what's kind of amazing about this is we think and we hear, drink tons of water. It's going to help you lose weight. It's going to clear up your skin. Not if you're not drinking the right water, it's not. So is there anything viewers can do? You
know what, Heather, if you don't like the taste of your tap water, and that's really why most people get a water system. They don't like the taste of your tap water. If you don't like the taste of your tap water, and maybe you're a little concerned about the water that you're showering in or the chlorine that's in the water that you're drinking, you probably should think about getting a whole house water system that actually takes all the bad stuff out of your water before it comes into your house and before it gets to your family. And the best one I found is that one that I brought along from H2O Concepts.
And there's some really incredible innovations that set it apart from other ones. So what are some of those differences?
Alex, you're absolutely right. That system is actually the system for the 21st century. That system was built right here in Arizona for our water problems, and it's designed because they know what's in our water here. So once that system is installed in your house, you get great tasting water at every faucet. Imagine that. Imagine never having to buy another case of bottled water, never running out of bottled water because the great tasting water is closest to your nearest tap. It takes the chlorine and contaminants out of your shower, so you're not showering in it. It's not being absorbed through your skin. It's not ruining the color of your hair and making your hair look like straw. It doesn't use salt. So you never have to buy another bag of water softener salt again. It doesn't give you that slimy feeling that you get when you bathe in softened water.
Yeah,
it's terrible. And inside the system, they have their patented electronics actually breaks up hardness before it happens. So you're not scrubbing hard water deposits. So it does everything. It gives you great tasting water at every faucet. It takes the chlorine out of the shower. It doesn't use salt, and it virtually eliminates all your hard water problems.
Okay, so I don't want a system that's going to be in my way. I don't want something that's going to be under my sink, that I have to maneuver around. Where's this going to live in my home?
That's a good question. Actually, most of the time it's installed in your garage, out of the way in your garage. And Heather, once it's installed, you don't have to touch it for 10 years. There's nothing to do for 10 years. I mean, there's no filters to change, no salt to buy, nothing to adjust. Forget it. Just enjoy great water, throughout your house.
Right. And, as I say, proof is in the pudding. Well, proof is in the water. So I kind of want to taste it now.
I did. You know what? I brought you guys a sample. This is actually Tucson tap water.
It is.
After it's been through one of these systems. See what you think.
Okay.
Oh man, it's like a waterfall. It's just going. It's just clean and delicious and cold.
It's
Super
better than bottled quality water out of every faucet, and you know what? You're showering in it too.
Exactly.
How great is that?
It's good for our hair, it's good for our skin, it's good for our insides. And if all of that isn't enough, you also have a great special to tell us about today.
H2O Concepts is running a great special right now. If you call right now during the show and you're one of the first 20 callers, they'll give you a $400 discount, a $250 manufacturer's kick the salt rebate. And installation is totally free, so you won't pay a dime for installation, and their financing package is available to fit any budget OAC. So there's no reason not to call and get one of these systems that'll last a lifetime.
No excuse.
It's good for our health and our pocketbooks. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
New water for a new year. Thank you so much, Derk.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
All right.
And if you want the most advanced home water system available, great tasting water from every faucet, no chlorine or contaminants in the shower, and no more hard water problems, just call H2O Concepts at 1-877-442-5222 or visit h2oconcepts.com.